Hello, my YouTube family. Hope everything's okay. You know how we do. This is raw, no editing. This is Passenger Mike. How are you, Mike?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
Okay, talk a little loud there because Mike has an interesting story to tell you guys.
Okay, so my journey began about 6 months ago. I decided to do something that I've never done before. Like how people hike the Appalachian Trail from Springerfield, Georgia, all the way to Maine. Well, I just wanted to experience, what it's like to
Do something
do
adventurous.
Absolutely, to do something with $0 in your pocket and like solo dolo and to see where you end up. You know what I'm saying? And quite an interesting story. It's
Like a gypsy, the gypsy life.
Absolutely, because like how they have these TV shows out there like Alone, and you want to like sit, you got 10 competitors, and you're sitting out in the middle of the woods and see who's the last man standing. Like I wanted to kind of like spice things up a little bit and kind of just like take off with a bicycle, having very small supplies and really understand what it's like to have nothing and make something work.
So let me rephrase. Mike works for Uber Eats.
Absolutely.
DoorDash as well?
No DoorDash, just Uber Eats.
Just Uber Eats, but he does it on a bicycle.
Absolutely. So.
And he took his bicycle all the way from
Dunedin, Florida.
Dunedin, Florida, where I'm about to drop him off. And he ended up all the way.
I landed in South Carolina, in the city of Charleston.
Wow, that is far.
How I got there, 547 miles later when I landed
570.
547 miles. It took me about a whole entire week. Every day I would literally do about 100 miles, roughly. And it is mind over matter. I had no idea,
And where would you be sleeping and stuff? Wherever you could?
Yeah, so like that's another interesting part. I did this in the middle of winter, so yet alone it's freezing. I had like 3 pairs of sweatpants on. I had 3 shirts on, a hoodie over that,
And this is not an electric bike. This is a regular.
Is a pedal. I straight pedaled my way there. Because
have you been doing Uber Eats on your way, or no?
I actually didn't do that my whole way. I just figured out how to get food and survive. And nobody taught me anything. I had no idea what I was doing, and it got to the point to where I actually came in contact with God, and God, I believe, put me in Charleston. Never in my life have I ever made $2,500 a week delivering food on a bicycle in Charleston, South Carolina. Made that happen.
$2,500.
I was making $10,000 easily, if not more, a month, riding my bike and just delivering food. It was like the most amazing thing that had ever happened to me. Money can't buy you happiness, but it was just basically a blessing because I can only keep what I have by giving it away.
So let's rephrase this. You was making $10,000 a month in
Absolutely.
Charleston?
Absolutely.
Because it's a big city.
Right. And
that was in the pandemic time, right?
Oh, no, actually not. This is this actually happened last year.
Last winter?
Yep. So the Uber dies around this time. Now it's ramping back up because you got people going back to school.
Right.
There's the College of Charleston.
Right.
They got then they got medical colleges. I mean, there's just everything is the heart of Charleston, downtown Charleston. There's 2 main strips, King Street and Meeting Street, and you go out on the weekend, Friday, Saturday. You expect those nights to be busy. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're just off the wall. Man.
You was doing $100 miles a day
to get, and then I had no idea. My plan was to keep going north. You know what I mean? But something brought me to South Carolina, Charleston, and stopped me right there and said this is like where you can be successful. You don't have to
Well,
like,
because you like the city.
Oh,
and
it's
stuff
amazing.
Like,
like so, Charleston's a really big tourist town.
if you didn't like the city, you just would have continued going north.
Oh, absolutely. So like that happened. I'm like, wow, man, I can like really get on my feet quick here, like making this amount.
So
of,
what
like,
made
money
you come back though?
Oh, what made me come back is that the Uber died. So there's like a season, and like I talked to other people who do it on bicycles there. There's not just me. I was like, awesome, man. I'm like, because first I was in Savannah, right? And before Savannah, I was in this town called Brunswick, Georgia. Before I got to Brunswick, Georgia, let's just put it this way. How it all happened was I was in Dunedin, right? And I took off. And then I landed probably like almost to Gainesville, Florida. And it took me like 14 hours straight riding, dude. Yes, I was stopping, taking like 30-minute breaks and eating. But so then I went from Gainesville all the way to Jacksonville, right? So like from Dunedin all the way to Jacksonville, it's about roughly 200 some miles. So as soon as I said welcome to the city of Jacksonville, and I literally like was 6 miles away probably from like downtown where you see the bigger buildings, and you're really in the heart of Jacksonville, my back tire blew out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As soon as I like got there, I'm like, well, damn, at least I made it to Jacksonville on a flat tire. I have no money, and I'm not the person to go panhandle and ask people for money. You know what I mean? I was treating myself as, not that I was homeless, but I'm on an adventure.
You was on your spiritual adventure.
Absolutely. So
and what did you learn in this spiritual adventure?
How I found God is amazing. Is I was on a Roadmaster bike. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of them. They usually sell those at Walmart, and it was given to me by this really cool dude. So I took that and hopped on it, and then the back tire blew out in Jacksonville. So what I did was I had no money to put in an inner tube in it, and I started pushing it with a flat tire. I'm like, obviously I can't ride it. So when I got the flat tire that night, I fell asleep. I woke up in the morning, freezing cold. I mean, it's like 30 degrees. You know what I'm saying? And I can't feel my feet. So I start walking, and by 10, 11, and I started walking at like 7 in the morning. By 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, like I landed downtown Jacksonville, pushing a bike with a flat tire. It took me about another 3 or 4 hours to really come up with screw it, I'm taking the tire off the back.
Okay, so what did you learn of this experience?
So that part's coming up. So I had to take the tire off the back of the rim, and now I'm riding with no tire and no tube. I'm just riding a rim. Yes, I have a front tire, and I rode 90 miles from Jacksonville all the way to Brunswick, Georgia on a rim. From all that road riding in the asphalt, it just literally grinded the whole entire rim down to where the spokes, the whole entire rim, before I got to this bridge in Brunswick, huge bridge, the whole entire back rim just exploded. Boom, it just gave away from it just riding it on the rim. And I'm surprised I made it 90 miles, so that's one thing I learned, is that a rim will literally last about 90 miles before it'll blow out. So that's for anybody who's never done that before. Just understand one thing: if you're ever in a situation where you literally have about 90 miles on road riding on a rim, and I'm sure that'll help somebody if they're ever in a situation like that. I think that's great to know that.
So what spiritual advice?
So anything's possible, and if you believe in what you believe in, I believe it'll come true. So positivity and having great energy in this world is a great thing. That's how we all communicate, and I feed off energy, and it's a great thing.
Excellent.
So this is where I really had the spiritual awakening and had found God. So before this bridge, I said, screw it. I took this bike, and now I'm bikeless. So I took it and I threw it in the ditch. I'm walking. Me and my book bag now, and I'm walking toward this bridge. And I had no idea what Brunswick was all about or where I was going. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I had a phone, but I only had Wi-Fi, so I could have. I had navigation. I had access to internet, but I didn't have what I mean. So I had to be very, very careful and knew to know where I was going, and had only that path.
And while we're having this conversation, and we're at a red light, there's an accident right across from us. You see those two cars over there?
Oh wow, that looks like that's an actual Ferrari, right? Or that looks like a Ferrari.
Yes, they're not having a good time there,
Wow.
right?
That right there is a Ferrari, and that
Hopefully,
looks like a California.
hopefully everybody's okay.
No, that's actually a Corvette. My bad.
Yep, one is a Corvette with a Nissan Altima. Oh my goodness. Well, this is time to pay attention to the road. God bless America. Please drive safe. What else you want to add to this?
Yeah. So where I found God, and this guy had asked me if I needed a ride over the bridge, and he was coming away from Christian. So like, I was hungry, starving at that point, and and I was still staying positive, and I still continued my path forward. And this guy had picked me up, gave me a ride. He said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to Walmart. I got to figure out how I'm going to get it to." He goes, "Oh, man, I'm going there too." He goes, "I'm actually going to work right next to there. My niece has a what do you call it? A little nursing school or whatever over there that she was building." So I had hopped in the car with some stranger, but the guy I got a good energy off of. So and I'm very observant and very aware. So I was like, I'm going with God, and I'm going with my God, and it was great. And this guy literally brought me back to his house. He goes, "Wow, where's your bike?" I was like, "I threw it in the ditch back there." Right? He goes, "Oh, well, let's." He literally turned around on his way to work with me in the car with him. Went
Picked
back,
up the
picked
bike.
my bike. I took the bike, put it on top of his roof, right? And this guy brought me back to his house, asked me if I was hungry, fed me. I ended up staying 3 to 4 days with this guy.
Nice.
And I went, he took me fishing for trout. I mean, stone crab. I mean, we were doing amazing things that I actually enjoy doing, and I haven't done in a while. And like, this guy literally
Helped you out.
gave me the resources to get back on the road again. A tent, and things that I didn't have, sleeping bag, warmer clothes, you know what I'm saying? And the bicycle part was where God came in. So he goes, "I know this guy that has bikes that he sells, and they're in his backyard." He goes, "I'll take you to him. We'll go see how much he wants for one of his bikes." So I go there, and guess what happened? The guy opens the door. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" I told him the situation. He goes, "Oh yeah, come on." And he goes and opens up his gate. What do you know? I'm looking at the bikes. Within like 4 bikes over to my right, I see the same exact bike that I have, but it's brand spanking new. And the guy like sold it to me for $40, dude.
Wow.
So I got the same bike, brand new, even better condition than what I was riding. And then I continued all the way and landed in the South Charleston, South Carolina, and that was just the most amazing thing. That was God's plan for me. And
Yes.
I just had no idea.
So
where I was
you're gonna pay it forward, right?
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
you need to pay it forward. When something like this happens, it's a sign that you have to pay it forward,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
save
Yeah.
humanity. God bless America. Please drive safe, guys. Anything you want to add?
Thank you guys.
Say hello to your family.
Please, do something in your life when you have an opportunity that you've never done, that is challenging, and that you might, fear comes along, but you will get through it. It's normal. This made me a man today. You know what I mean? I really found myself, and I understand who I am now. Thank
God bless. Take it easy. Nice seeing you. Take you straight to your place there. Have a great day.